I-S-L-A-M. Islam, Muslim, Islam. The same, the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslim, Islam. I for independence. Help for our salvation. Healthy love to everyone. All over the nation. Praise for Allah the Father of the universe. And for Moorish American and Muslim, which are us. I-S-L-A-M. Islam, Muslim, Islam. The same, the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslim, Islam. Who lifted fallen humanity. Noble Jew Ali, who opened our eyes and minds to see the reason for unity. The Moorish Temple of America is where we learn the truth. The brothers and sisters should all attend and be sure to bring their youth. I-S-L-A-M. Islam, Muslim, Islam. The same, the word means peace to me. Islam, Muslim, Islam. All rise, face the east, feet at a 90 degree, 5 fingers on the left, 2 on the right, and feet the Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
The Father of love.
Truth.
Truth. Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By
By
night.
night.
And by day.
And by day.
His holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
You are lead.
Through Ali.
Amen. Me standing.
Praise
God. We praise to Allah.
We rise and give
The praise to Allah.
Father of the universe.
the Father
of the universe.
The prophet Noble Jew Ali.
We give honor to Prophet Noble
Noble Ali.
the last prophet in these days.
Last prophet in these days.
Founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
And the
Founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
All the prophets of Allah.
We give honor
We give honor to all the prophets of Allah.
Jesus.
Muhammad, Buddha,
Buddha,
and Confucius,
and Confucius, etc.
Giving up to the harbinger of the prophet Noble Jew Ali.
We give honor
Giving honor to the harbingers of prophet Noble Jew
Brother Marcus
Ali.
Mosiah Garvey.
Brother Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Giving on to all the past and present and future leaders of the Moorish Science of America.
We give honor to all the past, present, and future leaders of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Giving on to Brother Steve Kirkland Bay.
We give honor
Giving
to
honor to Brother C. Kirkland Bay.
Brother F. Nelson Bay.
Brother F. Nelson
Brother
Bay.
J. Blakely Bay.
And Brother J. Blakely
Giving on
Bay.
to the former Grand Sheik and moderator of Moorish Science of America.
We give honor
Giving honor to the former Grand Sheik and moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of
Brother
America.
Olive Eel.
Brother R. Love
Giving
Eel.
on to the present Grand Sheik and moderator of Moorish Science of America.
We give honor
Giving honor to the present Grand Sheik and moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Brother R. Jones Bay.
Brother R. Jones Bay.
and to
And his
Brother
assistant.
A. Hopkins Bay.
Brother A. Hopkins
Giving on to all
Bay.
national officials.
We give honor
Giving honor to all national officials, all state
All local
officials,
officials.
all local
Giving on to
officials.
all grand governor and assistant.
We give honor to
Give honor all grand governors and their
All grand
assistants,
chief assistant.
and all grand chiefs.
and all grand
Giving on to the
sheiks
grand
and
governor of the state of
assistants.
New York.
We give honor to the grand governor of the state of New York,
Brother D. Clark Hill.
Brother D.
Brother D. Clark
His
Eel
assistant.
and to the
and
assistant,
his
Brother
assistant,
A. James Hill.
Brother A. Gaines Eel.
Giving on to the grand chief of the temple number 34.
We give honor
Giving honor to our grand sheik is the temple number 34,
34,
Sister C. C. Ozil.
Sister C. Seals Eel,
and to
and
her
to her
assistant,
Brother
assistant,
W. Kenny Bay.
Brother
Brother W. Clendenin Bay.
Giving on to all officials of temple 34.
We give honor
Giving honor to all officials
of
of Temple 34,
All sheik and sheikesses.
all chiefs,
all sheiks and
All divine
sheikesses,
ministers.
all
all
divine ministers,
divine
all
ministers,
all
all
members.
members.
Giving on to our two flags.
We give
Giving
honor
honor
to
to our
The
two
American flag
flags,
the American
the
flag
and the
American
Moorish
flag
flag.
and the
and
Moorish.
the Moorish flag.
Giving on to our charter.
Give honor to
Giving honor to our
The
charter,
10 wonders and mysteries of the world.
with the 10 wonders and mysteries
and
of the world,
ministry.
Gives the right to teach Islam in America without molestation.
which gives us the
Gives us
right
the right
to practice Islam, to practice or teach.
You want to
Islam?
the divine constitution and bylaws?
Is it to
Giving
practice?
honor to the divine constitution and bylaws.
Doesn't matter. Let's keep going. Divine constitution and bylaws.
Divine constitution
Questionnaire
and
and
bylaws.
laws.
Questionnaire and additional laws.
The Holy Quran and Moorish Science of America.
The Holy Quran.
Holy Quran of the Moorish Science
And
Temple of
all the
America.
literature.
In all the literature.
All
And all the
the
instruction of the prophet brought.
In all
and all the instruction of the prophet
For the
brought
lifting upon humanity.
For the uplifting of
for the uplifting upon
For
humanity.
everyone who's working for the uplifting upon humanity.
Give honor to everyone who is working for the uplifting of all
Uplifting.
I read the laws of the Moorish Science of America. Starting the question of salvation, all seeing eye, our God, and first unity. The Moorish Science of America, Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Science of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh assists the Grand Sheikh in all affairs. If he lives according to love, true peace, freedom, and justice, and is known before the members of the Moorish Science of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is a holy day of rest because on the Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on the Friday the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is a holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science of America. No matter to put in danger or accuse false to his brother or sister on any occasion or all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you're part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we're teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they're part and parcel of this said government, and know that they're not Negroes, color folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slave holders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Ali the Prophet to redeem the people from their sinful ways. The Moorish American are descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members of Trump attending meetings are becoming part and parcel of all of the acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you're entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of the children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from your holy prophet Noble Ali to the hands of this Father God Allah. Noble Ali, the founder of Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day. To his holy prophet Ali. Amen. Moorish Science of America, 1000 North Horn Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60622. Thus I read the 7 acts of the Divine Constitution and Bylaws of the Moorish Science of America. And now go to the great meeting is on, Koran Question for Moorish American, page 7. Questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish American by the Prophet Noble Ali. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the chairman of the Grand Sheikh and Act 1. Grand Sheikh and all governors and heads of all temple or businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Ali before acting upon by any members, let it be financed property or any line of life that would cause the members to sacrifice finance, etc., that would cause support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restrictions, etc., by the Prophet or the Grand Sheikh. Act 2. All members are to attend the added meetings and the public meeting promptly. If a member is found standing around the meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go in your emergency fund. If members working his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he's able to the Mortgage Within Fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he's able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he's an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and just as much as you. Let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I have the power invested in my hand, I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire, and let every member exercise his five senses who is able to do so, because often the Sunday school comes the guiders of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we're teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government, and know that they're not Negroes, color folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now. All members must, but this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government which they live on the nation of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained over you Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish American are descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwest and the southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members of the company attending meetings are becoming part and parcel of all the acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you're entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from the Holy Prophet Noble Ali to the guidance of his Father God Allah. Let's have read the 7 acts of the questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish American by the Prophet Noble to Ali. I now take your attention to the Holy Koran and Moorish Science of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the Noble Prophet Ali and the guidance of his Father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his Father God Allah. I'm now turning your attention to page 36, divine instruction from the Holy Prophet, chapter 26, holy instruction of unity. The gift of the understanding of the treasures of Allah, and he appointed to everyone his portion in what measure seemeth good unto himself. As he endowed you with wisdom, as he enlightened our mind with the knowledge of truth, communicate to the ignorant with their instruction, communicate to the wise for their own improvement. True wisdom is less presuming than folly. The wise man doubted often and changes his mind. The fool is obstinate and doubted not. He knoweth all things, but his own ignorance. The pride of emptiness is abomination. And to talk much is foolishness and folly. Yet, let me go back here. The pride of ignorance is abomination, is to talk much is foolishness and folly. Nevertheless, it is part of wisdom to hear with patience and their impertinence and pity their absurdity. Yet, be not puffed up in our own conceit, neither boast of superior understanding. The clearest of human knowledge is the blindness of power. The wise man feels his imperfection and is humble. He labors in vain for his own approbation. But the fool, keeping in the shadow stream of his own mind, and is pleased with the pebble which you see at the bottom. He bring them up and show them a pearl, and with the applause of his brethren, he delighted himself. He boasts of attaining the things that are of no worth, but where there is a shame to be ignorant, there he has no understanding. Even in the path of wisdom, he toiled after folly, and shame and disappointment are the reward of his labor. But the wise man cultivates his mind with knowledge. The improvement of the heart is his delight, and the utility of the public crowned with honor. Nevertheless, the attainment of virtue he accounted as the highest learning, and the science of happiness is the study of his life. This already the entire chapter, divine instruction of the Holy Prophet, chapter 26. I mean, chapter 26, Holy Instruction of Unity. The fallen sons and daughters of Asiatic nations in North America need to learn to love and study hate, to know their higher self and lower self. This is united the Holy Quran of Mecca from the Holy Quran of More Science of America. Know yourself and your Father God Allah, that you may learn to love and study hate. Every man needs to worship by his own vine and fixed feet, united as Savior. Our meeting now open according to the Prophet's laws. I'd like to say I'm glad to be here with my brothers and sisters. Praise Allah. For those who are in mind, those who are in the temple. Hmm? Oh, praise Allah. Praise Allah. This is our Sunday school. You can ask any question that you want to know about the Moorish Scientific of America, and allow us to answer the question that you may want to know about the Moorish Scientific of America and the founder of the Moorish Scientific of America. Praise Allah. So at this time, I will call the Grand Teacher. I call the Grand Teacher to run the Sunday school when she should be able to. Okay. Come and go with me
to my Father's house.
Muslim to my Father's house.
Muslim
To my Father's house.
Come and go with me
To my Father's house.
There is
peace, peace, peace.
There's nothing but Muslims there
There in my Father's house. In my Father's house. Muslims in my Father's house. There's nothing but Muslims there in my Father's house. There is peace, peace, peace.
They all live over there in my Father's house. Muslims in my Father's house. Muslims in my Father's house. They all live over there in my Father's house. There is peace, peace, peace. So come and go with me to my Father's house. To my Father's house. To my Father's house. Come and go with me to my Father's house. There is peace, peace, peace. Islam,
Islam.
Islam,
Islam.
Islam. Praise Allah, Moors.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah, Moors.
Praise Allah.
Praise
What's
Allah.
Allah, Islam? Praise
Islam.
Allah.
Praise Allah.
Islam, praise Allah.
Praise Allah.
Islam, Moors. Can everybody unmute?
Islam. Can you hear us?
Islam.
Praise Allah. I'm going to do on a count of three. On a 1, 2, 3. We're going to say praise Allah, all right? 1, 2, 3. Praise Allah. Let's do it again, Morris. 1, 2, 3. Praise
Praise
Allah.
Allah.
One
Praise
last
Allah.
time, Muslims. 1, 2, 3.
Praise
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 Allah.
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 I say praise Allah and honor to our holy and divine prophet, the last prophet in these days and time, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Savior of humanity. Jesus come again. Jesus come again. He came to finish the works of our brother man. Came here, North America, born in the state of North Carolina in 1886. Today happens to be the secular holiday recognizing Mother's Day. I want to give honors to everything that our brother chairman led us in honors in at the onset of the meeting. Our brother assistant chairman, brother C. Ferguson Neal, I was able to partake via Zoom. Praise Allah and praise Allah, praise Allah. I want to give honors to our Sunday school instructor, Brother El Serrano Bay, who informed us that he wasn't feeling too well, feeling a little a bit under the weather. But he was able to hold on to Sister M. Serrano Bay and ensure that she'd be able to listen in for Sunday school. So praise Allah. I want to give honors to our assistant Sunday school instructor, Sister J. Jordan Eel, for also being present, being ready, and also affording me the opportunity to communicate to the Moors, because there's an order here. So the Sunday school instructor and the assistant Sunday school instructor, those are the ones who would teach Sunday school. So I want to give honors and much gratitude to them in advance within this communication. Moors, I thought about the concept of what it takes to be a parent, right? The Prophet talks about, consider thou art a parent, the importance of thy trust. The being thou hast produced, it is thy duty to support, right? And I thought about that. Now, what does it mean to nurture? What does it mean to care? Do we not all have these qualities within ourselves? Are we not all responsible for nurturing and caring for ourselves? Thought about the first step. The fact that that you all made it here to this particular stage in your lives, it means to me that you have been cared for through your most vulnerable stages, which would be infancy, when your neck is still weak, when you can't get up and go and get your food. So no matter how you may have found yourself in adulthood, I say praise Allah, because you were cared
Praise
for.
Allah.
Now the quality on how we may have been cared for can affect how we care for ourselves. It can affect how we care for others. I say can because when the will of man and the will of Allah is in tune, the resurrection is a fact. When you put your hand in Allah's hand, all is well, but it may take time. And I thought about the struggles that come along with being a parent. I want to give honors for all of the mothers on the line. You know, I'm going to just go over here really quickly and do a little run through just to give the honors to, I see Sister E. Jones Bay, Islam, happy Mother's Day. Praise Allah. The newest mother on the line, yet the oldest of the mothers. She has one of the older of the children. Still, I don't want to misquote, but I know she has adults. And I know that she has a little one, not quite a year old, our youngest member at Temple number 34. So I want to give my Sister E. Jones Bay honors. Much due honors for what she does for her family, what she does for the children, what she's done for the temple, what she's done even for myself with helping with Sister M. Serrano Bay, with me as a new mom. 8 years old she is, Sister M. Serrano Bay. So Sister E. Jones Day and Sister J. Jordan Hill all have seniority, tenure when it comes to the experience of motherhood. So honors to my sisters in the temple who are also mothers. I see Brother Brockenberry Bay, so let me click over because your Sister K. Bass Bay is on, but I know my good brother, Brother W. Brockenberry Bay, will let my sister know that I said Happy Mother's Day. I want to extend Happy Mother's Day also to our brother I. Smith Eel's mother. I know our brother has taken the time to be able to honor his mother, to spend time with his mother on a time where it's recognized throughout the community. On a time where if your mom is heading out right now to the store, she's going to see other people who are being celebrated. She's going to witness those things. So honors to those who were able to take the time to give back a semblance of love, communication of care and appreciation, the reciprocity of a child to a mother. Now, Moors, this gets to be very interesting, right? When you think about that concept of everyone came from this stage. As a child, every one of you had a weak neck. Every one of us had a weak neck. And what do I mean by that? There was a point in time where it was in its development, and so it hadn't yet formed to where it was able to support itself. The muscles hadn't developed, the core muscles hadn't fully developed enough to be able to support you rising. So you had to be moved. You had to be turned. Otherwise, you would have had bed sores as a baby. Otherwise, you wouldn't have eaten. Your neck, you could have had serious injuries. So despite all the things you might have thought that we went through in our childhood, or we know that we went through in our childhood, still factor in the strength that it took for you to be here. The willingness in the body, in the mind, and those that are around you. You have a purpose. Now, I thought about the concept of motherhood again. There's a stage where you have to teach everything. How to eat. Basic survival skills. You need to eat. Drinking. How to take your time drinking. How to transition from maybe some type of a, personal mother care to now utilizing a tool that's away from my physical body. Being able to do so that you're not soiling yourself. As simple as these things are, these are lifelong skills. Things that we may not value and see, but we do it every day. Then you get just to a little bit more. How to say please and thank you. Usually, those are some of the first things parents teach their children. Mama, dada, yes, no, please. What do you say? Thank you. Manners. How to communicate. How to show appreciation. These are some of the foundational things that parents will do. Even other adults, they don't even have to be your parents. Before they hand you something, they may just wait for you to say it. Wait. What do you? All right. Yes. Such a sweetheart. There comes that willingness and that patience when there's a child there to understand that they need the time to learn and to grow, to be able to develop within them the capacity to consider, to understand, to love, and to care. Now, every child is different. Every home is different. Every person is different. Everyone was once a child. So let it sink in. Every one of our parents at some point was a child. They had a weak neck. They needed to be fed. They needed to be taught. They needed to be nourished. How to get dressed. How to respect yourself. Sit up straight, back straight. Fix your clothes. Pull up your pants. Don't go outside without a belt. Where's your watch? That's not the kind of socks you wear with those shoes. Just because it's your size doesn't mean that you should put it on. These are things that are the responsibility. Now, we haven't even talked about preparing food. We haven't talked about the budget to be able to get the groceries. We haven't talked about budgeting of the finance, of the time, of the energy. But as we get older and we live onto ourselves, these are things that we each will have to do. But remember, it started at home. As we find ourselves in these trials and these tribulations and it gets tough and it may become a challenge and we're facing the world, it may not be a challenge for everyone. Not the same degree of a challenge. Some may have a challenge with budgeting finance, some may have a challenge with budgeting time, even though they may have the finance. But the ability to create that balance in your life. Boys, I'm just gonna turn one page over to chapter number 2. Found on page number 5. Education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zoan, Egypt. Islam.
Islam.
For the JP Dazil, would you mind reading instruction number 1 for me, dear brother? Islam, just so the Moors online can hear you, especially, we got the mothers online too there. Well, hold on, let me flip the camera. Hold on, Moor. Praise Allah. Let me just do the little flip of the screen while I was turning it off, Moors. One moment. All right, praise Allah. Continue.
Education, how many instructions?
If you can read instruction number 1. You know what? Since you asked, read 1 and 2.
Education of Mary and Elizabeth was known Egypt.
I don't think the Moors can hear you. Do a shout out for me. Praise Allah.
Education
There we
of
go.
Mary and Elizabeth in Zoan, Egypt. The son of Hera, Archimedes, reigning in Jerusalem. He was a selfish, cruel king. He put to death all of those who did not honor him. He called in council all the wisest men and asked the infant claimant of his throne.
Praise Allah. Peace. Brother Penelope. Can you read 3 and 4 for me there, brother?
The council said that John and Jesus both were dead. Then he was satisfied. Now Joseph, Mary, and their son were in Egypt in Zoan, and John was with his mother in the Judean hills.
Praise Allah. Islam, brother, assistant chairman, can you read instruction number 5 and 6 for me?
Islam,
Islam.
Gabriel Salome sent messengers in haste to find Elizabeth and John. They found them, they brought them to home. Now, Mary and Elizabeth were marveling much because of their deliverance. Peace.
Peace. Islam. Can I have my Sister J. Jordan Ill, Islam sister, assistant Sunday school instructor?
Islam.
Would you mind reading from instruction number 7 to instruction number 17?
Praise Allah. Can the Moors hear me okay?
Islam, dear sister, good to see you.
Islam, can the Moors hear me okay? Islam?
Yes, ma'am. Islam.
Islam says, I'm not sure if you're able to, we're not able to hear you if you are speaking.
Islam Moors, I think that they're able to hear us on the Zoom, but for some reason they're not able to hear us in the temple.
Islam. She's right. Islam. She's right.
Islam, Sister Silvia, are you able to hear us?
I can hear you, brother Onibay. I can hear you.
Yes, dear brother, you're on the Zoom, but on the Zoom you can hear me because I'm on the Zoom, but in the temple they can't hear us. And that's what I mean. But praise Allah.
Gotcha. Praise Allah. Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to get up. I'm gonna work this out. I appreciate you. I just didn't know. We'll work this out. I'm sure you got the right one there.
They're just
Okay.
just bear with us as we
Well, praise Allah, Moors.
Praise Allah.
Try to see if we can get everyone else in to read. And I don't think we're able to hear it. I'm gonna check one more time at the sound portion on the computer. I know that you all are able to hear because when I was connected by Zoom, I could hear you all.
yeah, I don't think she can hear us just yet.
Just double check on the sound area.
It's
Islam. I know we can hear it now. We hope we can connect.
Islam.
Islam, dear sister.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we were trying to connect
Praise Allah.
to the speaker. Let me just see if I get one more round. Can you get an Islam for me again?
Islam?
I hear it on the computer
Islam?
here. Yes, praise Allah. You just continue, and I'll see what we
Okay.
can do with this Bluetooth here.
Praise Allah. You said that was 7 to 17? 7 to 17, dear sister?
Islam, dear sister. If you can read from Divine Instruction number 7 to 17.
To 17. Okay. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Praise and honors given in unison earlier. Elihu said, "It is not strange. There are no happenings. Law governs all events. From olden times, it was ordained that you should be with us and in the sacred school be taught." Elihu and Salome took Mary and Elizabeth out to the sacred grove nearby where they were wont to teach. Elihu said to Mary and Elizabeth, "You may esteem yourselves thrice blessed, for you are chosen mothers of long-promised sons, who are ordained to lay a solid rock, a sure foundation stone on which the temple of the perfect man shall rest, a temple that shall never be destroyed. We measure time by cycle ages, and the gate to every age we deem a milestone in the journey of the race. An age had passed. The gate unto another age flies open at the age touch of time. This is the preparation age of soul, the kingdom of Emmanuel, of Allah in man. And these, your sons, will be the first to tell the news and teach the gospel of goodwill to men and peace on earth. A mighty work is theirs, for carnal men want not the light. They love the dark, and when the light shines in the dark, they comprehend it not. We call these sons revealers of the light, but they must have the light before they can receive the light. And you must teach your sons and set their souls on fire with love and holy zeal, and make them conscious of their missions to the sons of men." Peace.
Peace. Praise Allah and much gratitude, dear sister, for reading from the Divine Instructions of the Holy Prophet, chapter number 2, Education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zone in Egypt, Divine Instructions number 7 through 17. Well, I'm going to pick up right here. It says, "Teach them that Allah and man are one, but that through carnal thoughts and words and deeds, man tore himself away from Allah, debased himself. Teach that the holy breath would make them one again, restoring harmony and peace. Teach. Teach. This is the instructions to teach. So there has to be the ability and the willingness to learn. What does that come with? That comes with a degree of humility, but also recognition. Because as you're ready to teach, you have to also recognize what the student is already aware of. You have to meet the student where they are with love, consideration, respect, humility, but you also have to know what it is, your area of study, to be able to properly deliver and teach. Now, there can be a challenge in respecting a teacher. We all have an idea as to what we think our teacher would look like, what the teacher should sound like, what the teacher should dress like, what the teacher should behave like, right? And these are the things that we may think that we need to see. But these are also the things that we have to recognize within ourselves that we have a challenge with, right? Now, know yourself. Know your best way to learn and receive information. But are you able to recognize that same quality within those in with whom you are communicating? There has come a great point in time, where as mothers of the universe, right? We talk about the father of the universe. We talk about that being Allah. When we look at the mothers here on this plane of things made manifest, when we look at the roles of the mothers here on the plane of things made manifest, I want to just go around and just ask the Moors if we can just have, when you hear mother, if you could tell me what comes to mind. And Moors, just to be clear, I've said this to the Moors before, at a point in my life, I've lived within the system. I had parents, I had my mother, of course, we all have parents. But I want to hear from the Moors. What does a mother mean to you? What is a mother? And I'm going to ask, I'm going to call on you, my dear sister, because you're a mother and you came on into the temple.
You can act. You go right
That's fine. Come on up, my dear sister. I know I forgot your name, but I didn't forget your face or your works. I mean, allow me, please. Islam. Let me flip this camera around so the Moors can see you. You're right with that?
Sure, that's fine.
Praise Allah. We do put this on Zoom, so I just wanted to make sure we're clear.
All praises due to Prophet Muhammad.
Praise Allah.
Yes, I just came from the mosque. So all praises and honors due to Prophet Muhammad Ali, Prophet Muhammad, Confucius, all honors and praises due to Allah. And when I think of mother, I don't think of just a woman, right? I think of those who are being raised, who are being placed with seeds to grow into society, right? The womb itself, right, carries life. So regardless of a lady or woman has a child or not, she carries life within her. So through Allah, we bring life into the world, whether it's male or female. Each woman carries the womb to bring in life, to bring God into the world. So I just don't think of a woman herself. I think of the spirit that she carries to give life. So when I think of mother, I think of all the women that have raised me, not just the one who birthed me. She was the one who gave me life, but these other women planted seeds and helped me grow. So I just don't think about that one person that gave me the life. I think of all the women that are aunties and grandmas that have to raise some of the children that the mother don't have the capacity to raise sometimes. I am one of those women that raise children who I have not birthed, but Allah have given me the opportunity to raise them and plant seeds in them. Islam. Peace.
Praise Allah. Peace.
Praise Allah.
If you could just give us your name again, dear sister.
I'm Sister B. Dupree.
There we go. Islam, Sister Dupree. I definitely recall, and I recall you holding it all the way up. More say down, but I like to say holding it all the way up. I remember your nephews. I remember your contributions even when coming into the temple, your consideration of character, spirit, and always your quality of consideration to self, but others around you. So I value you coming in today. Honestly, you said you already made it to the mosque, so our sister has already been in multiple schools sitting down and getting lessons, so may Allah be pleased within the thought. And when I asked the sister what she spoke to for Mother's Day, what came to mind, she thought about the unity of the whole of the concept of the femininity, what it speaks to within the divine creation of life. So she took it away from just the earthly concept, but brought it to the all. So when you see a woman walking down the street, let's just say we see someone who looks maybe about 70 or whatever we think 70 looks like, we would automatically assume that she's a grandmother, not knowing whether or not she has any children or not. And that is an aspect of us recognizing that divine feminine, that continuing energy connected back to motherhood and to that nurturing characteristic quality, what it symbolizes, what it represents. So I value the sister for communicating, being willing to communicate, and for coming to see us for this Sunday school. Islam. If I can ask, I have my sister. I see Sister K Baste. Islam there, Sister K Baste. Are you able to speak for a moment? Just wanted to ask, when you think of mother, what do you think of? What comes to mind? If you're able, praise Allah. If you are unable, praise Allah. I'm gonna move on over to my dear sister, Sister E. Jones Bay, if she is able. If you are not, praise Allah. And again, happy Mother's Day, Morris.
Islam.
Islam, Sister K. Basse, praise Allah. Islam.
Islam. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I
Happy
wanted
Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day as to you as well, dear sister. Now, what I wanted to ask you was, of course, praise Allah and honor to our prophet. What do you think of when you hear mother? What comes to mind?
The first word I hear is that always comes to mind is nurture, encourager, loving, supporter, kissing your boo-boos, holding your hands, and just being there for you.
And
I'm
praise
sorry.
Allah. Don't be sorry. Praise Allah. What I hear is the deep connection of love and what resonates with you when you say these things. What I hear is you recognizing and knowing what those feelings are for you, and also what it is to give those things back. I also hear the attachment because as you know, my mom transitioned. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
in December, 3 days before my birthday, and so within that, just recognition, I can understand how you are feeling, my dear sister, and I just give honors to you again for again providing that nurturing back on to your mother and to your daughter. May Allah truly be pleased with your communication and with your works.
Islam, thank you.
Thank you as well, dear sister. Peace.
Peace.
If I can ask our assistant Sunday school instructor, Sister J. Jordan Eel, Islam, dear sister, I'm going to ask if you can let me know what you think, or let the Moors know. What do you think of when you hear the word mother?
Islam, I just want to let you know you had a hand up by Brother Jay Comeniel. So I can yield for the brother.
Islam, praise Allah. I definitely didn't
Islam.
understand. Much gratitude. Islam.
Islam, I will let the sister answer the question. It's Mother's Day, so I'll let the ladies go first. Peace.
Much gratitude, dear brother. Praise Allah. Peace.
Peace. Much gratitude. There's a lot. I was just going to say that when I think about motherhood, I think about sacrifice, strength. There are a lot of characteristics that were already mentioned, but specifically, I think about just, believe it or not, just a constant going and overthinking. We're always worried and wondering and making sure, and we're always in a way second guessing everything we do because we want to make sure we're doing the right thing and it's the best thing, and that we've thought about all of the aspects of it. So I just think it's always going, always giving, always caring, always loving, but most of all, that we are very thoughtful. Mothers are always thoughtful, but selfless mostly. And I'll say peace.
Peace. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Once again, reminding us of the attributes and the qualities that are attached to what it takes to be that feminine mother nurturer, right? The qualities that are connected to what it means. I would like to thank our dear sister for communicating. I also I recognize Brother Jay Coleman, Islam, dear brother, much gratitude to you for yielding the floor as well.
Islam, dear sister. Happy Mother's Day, first and foremost.
Praise Allah, much gratitude to you, dear brother. I extend the same
In the name of Allah.
to our sister. Praise Allah.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I rise and give praise to Allah and honors to the Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali. I give honors to everything pertaining to Islam. I give honors to everyone today in temple, and I give honors to the woman. So I would like to say, when I think of a mother, right, I think of a nurse. I think of a healer, you know, it's different. A father can't be a father without a mother. If you look at father, right, and you separate it, you got fat and you got her. You can't have father without the mother. So fat her is father. So I just wanted to say, yeah, she's a nurse and caring. It's a lot of women can do that a man can't do pertaining to children, you know. So that's what I wanted to say in my portion, and I leave the wars in peace.
Peace. Much gratitude there, brother. Much gratitude. I appreciate you. I got a little joke for you. Something Mama would have said. One of the mamas in here, whoever it was, the nurturer energies and spirits would have let us know. Did you check the power switch, baby? Hit the switch. That would have been any one of them would have told us. So just so the boys know, we did not have the sound. The light was on, and we took it as a go. That was just a charging light, Muslims. So honest to Brother I. Smithfield, because I know our brother would have hit power. So it's that, dear Muslim. Much gratitude to you, dear brother. Thank you for your support. Our brother was over here. Islam? Can you hear? Well, even if it's not Brother Coleman now, if I can just get an Islam to make sure that it's all going through.
Islam.
All right, one more time.
Islam.
Yeah,
Praise Allah. All right, Muslims, we can move on over. I see Brother Ani Bey. Brother Ani Bey, your camera's on. Muslim Islam. I'm spotlighting you. You're on the center screen for the Muslims. Praise Allah and honor to our Prophet. When you think of mother, what do you think of?
Islam. Praise Allah, hands to the Prophet, long live Jew Ali. Think of mother, think of humanity, all life. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Praise Allah.
Yeah,
Praise Allah. Islam, much gratitude. Our brother kept it simple. He said, it's Sunday school, Moors. Look on the front of your Koran questions for Moorish Americans. You see what's right there across the sister. I think about humanity. There's only one way to be born. My
Islam.
The concept of nurturing and caring. There are a lot of parents. They have the concept of even surrogacy. They have the concept of adoption. They have children that are in the system right now in need of love, care, consideration from a genuine family. So that concept of humanity, when our brother says humanity, that responsibility. So much gratitude, dear brother, for that communication and for your thoughts. Oh, Islam. I see we got some more on the line. Brother W. Brockenberry Bay, I see you there, brother. I'm going to send you an unmute request. Let me know. What do you think of when you hear the word mother, if you are able?
Islam. First, I rise and give Islam. I give rise and praise to Allah, Father of the universe, and give honors to His Prophet, and that's an honors to everything that was given. When I hear motherhood, honestly, like right before, like when the temple started, I was crying. I was already crying. I had already shed some tears because I right when temple started, I had got a post from someone and it was showing all the archetypes of all the women that I grew up on television. They had AI is crazy nowadays. They could take characters from all different types of television shows and put them together at a dinner table. And that didn't crush me, but it just struck a chord to my heart of every woman that I encountered up until now, like it just like it had all these different living rooms. Like it had my mother's living room, my grandmother's living room on my dad's side, my great grandmother's living room, and they had all these women from Family Matters down to uh to Good Times, and all these women just sitting in the living room having Mother's Day dinner, just like commending each other, and it was just like it made me cry so hard. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to speak today because I was like it made me realize like how much I missed that feminine energy of like, that guiding force that used to be there because it's not there anymore. Because a lot of the women that actually had a hand in rearing me have passed and transitioned, and I didn't realize how much of an influence they had. And so even I get a whiff of it here and there, but just now, just realizing how much I don't it's not there anymore. I can't just go sit at my grandma's table with her and my aunties and hear them talk about things and that's not there anymore. And I miss that. And I and I see the value in it. So when I think of women and and motherhood, it just means to me it feels like universal love. Like that's the first expression of love that anybody ever feels. Is the embrace of that feminine energy. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if I got it from my grandmother first, my great grandmother, but I got I'm very appreciative and grateful that I actually got a chance to experience it. The good and the bad. So with that, yeah, universal love. Motherhood is universal love, and with that, I yield.
Praise Allah, praise Allah, praise Allah. So what you spoke to and what you displayed within that demonstration was what also rung loud to me. Vulnerability. Motherhood is vulnerability. You'll come out here, you will cry for your baby. You will come outside and you will correct them wherever you are, wherever it at, it doesn't matter. And your baby didn't have to be born from you. Absolutely not. I know I run down the street in a heartbeat for my nephews, for my nieces. I was taking care of them throughout the time during the summertime, and I didn't expect any special kudos and pats on the back. I felt like it's my duty. This is what we're supposed to do for one another. And so when the brother spoke to it, he said, it struck a chord in my heart. So motherhood, the heart. That's what he spoke to. And it made me think of, divine instructions from the Holy Prophet found on page number 33, chapter number 21. Now, it talks about marriage instructions for man and wife from the noble prophet. But divine instruction number 15, it says, and that's after the semicolon was, it says, happy the child that should call her mother. Now, before that, it's talking about all these characteristics that usually is tied in, right? Lo, she walketh in maiden sweetness with innocence on her mind and modesty on her cheek. Now, that's the concept of not going outside with a negative, nasty thought. That's not how you move. It doesn't mean that she is ignorant. It doesn't mean that she doesn't know that things exist in the world that may not be of the brightest of lights. No, it means that she's recognizing that she has a choice in how she gets up and how she chooses to think. And she claims that. Now it continues. It says, her hand seeketh employment, her foot delighteth not in gating abroad. She's going to make sure that she is financially well. She's going to make sure she's doing all right for herself. And in addition to making sure that she's doing right for herself, she's not just out here ripping and running without purpose. It continues. And now think about these characteristics in a mother as I'm speaking to it, right? These characteristics in a nurturer as I'm speaking to it, right? These characteristics even in the babysitter as I'm speaking to it, right? Because a lot of us may even have babysitters that did all the things that mom could trust needed to be done in that time frame while she wasn't present. So these are characteristics, qualities, and skills. There are parents that lose children for different reasons, and I even transition. Now look at these characteristics and look at what it's speaking to. She's clothed with meekness. This is not talking about even the name alone of the quality. It's talking about this, how it's put together. How you put yourself together. It's not saying you have to be a millionaire. It's saying she's not going out there all rough. She's doing what she can to at least put herself together with what she has, neat. She's fed with temperance, not flipping. It doesn't mean that you don't have a temper. Doesn't mean that you don't have an attitude. But it means that she's learned how to control herself. That doesn't mean that she plays about her children. It means that she's learned how to control herself. It continues. Humility and meekness are as a crown of glory encircling her head. So that concept, so it's not saying that she doesn't recognize her quality, it means that she recognizes everyone else's qualities also around her. It means that I don't always have to be out there and I don't always have to be in the front and center. I'm comfortable in myself. These are the qualities, and you will see this in our sisters if you are paying attention. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. And honest to our sisters out here, honest to the brothers, of course. And when Father's Day comes, brothers, the concept of what's connected to that, I want you to know I'm going to go equally as hard and point them all out. Just be prepared. Praise Allah. Yeah, we're not one-sided. This is unity can't exist that way. Unity can't exist that way. There has to be that shared balance and recognition, and we have to uplift one another. Now here goes, on her tongue dwelleth music. Who remembers getting up on Sunday, Saturday, family time, cleaning up, music goes on, the cleanup might start. Food. Maybe you're just walking around singing, humming. Even when you're not in the best of moods, you might hear that song come on. Back in the day, you might hear Mary J. Blige, you might hear, Karen White. No, just depending on where you are, depending on the generation. But the music, the concept of the vibration and the recognition of the vibration. It continues. Miss Amos?
So,
The sweetness of honey floweth from her lips. Now that doesn't mean that she's spitting sticky game, Muslims. Because we can look at that from different points of view. I don't mean she out here just spitting game. No. This is on her tongue dwelleth music. The sweetness of honey floweth from her lips. So the thing that's coming out, it's a concept of quality and a character of communication in her words. Not descending to lewd, low, negative communication and conduct. Doesn't mean that we don't know the words exist. Once again, it's a conscious choice. It continues. I heard my sister Dupree in the audience just say, what was that word you just saying there, sister? I heard you. I already heard you. You was on number 8. You said it. You want to read that one? You want to finish that out for me real quick?
Sure.
Praise Allah.
Islam. It says, on her tongue dwelleth music, right? The sweetness of honey floweth from her lips. Decency in all her words, and all her answers are mildness and truth. You want me to continue?
Yes, I do. Come on, keep going.
Okay, submission, very important, right? Submission and obedience, because they talk about us being submissive today. And I just want to just point this out 1 second before I get into this. We women submit to who will lead us in righteousness to submit. We will not just submit to anybody.
Absolutely. Are you able to ride for me? That's just I don't want to put no burden on your legs or anything like that.
No problem. So submission and obedience are the lessons of her life. And peace and happiness are her reward. So I just wanted to talk about this submission and obedience, because this is a huge conversation amongst Asiatics today, that us women, us African American women, we are alpha women.
So it's we don't say African American. We recognize Asiatic because Africa is a continent with over 50 nations, and then we got you.
So
but I connect.
I just want to say that we submit when the man is able to lead us. And we will submit. We will obey. But we have to have a reason to do so. Women are not just going to obey to someone when we know that's the wrong thing to obey to.
Say it again.
We're not going to do it.
You said if it's not our law?
If it's not our law, it's not for us. We're not going to do it. We will not obey to a man that cannot lead us. We will not obey to a man that does not have God in his life. We will not obey to him. We will not submit to him. And I think that's something that a lot of brothers don't take into consideration.
Islam. Well, you know, listen, right here with me. Right here.
Yes, ma'am.
So Muslim is one who submits to the will of Allah. So what you were saying, if I'm correct, dear sister, you were saying that a righteous husband would be in tune with the will of Allah. Therefore, by default, you would be in submission, and therefore you would be on one accord within being obedient to your husband?
Islam.
Is that what you were just saying?
That's exactly
Why does that sound correct? Sister, why does that sound like it came from the holy and divine prophets? Why it sounds like Jesus said this, Muhammad, Buddha?
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what it's such a tug of war today. And I'm tired. I'm tired of the war. I'm tired of it. But I just wanted to get that out there. It goes on to say, before her steps walketh prudence and virtue attended at her right hand. Her eyes speak softness and love, but discretion with
a scepter.
Scepter sitteth.
You got it.
Okay, on her brow. Let's talk about that. Are you going to break this sentence down for me?
Absolutely. I'm going to do you one better. We about to kick it through the audience because, you know, all the Muslims is gift of the understanding of the treasures of Allah. And he put it to everyone his portion of majesty will get unto himself. You know, I was about to tap the internet, and then my spirit said, "You got your brother and sister chairman right here. Lay it in the cut really quickly. It's loud there, brother. Could you? Because our brother is the one who got me saying the praise and honors with a melodic tune, right? And the way that he communicates. So let's my dear brother, if you could demonstrate for our dear sister, as she was just expressing here, instruction number 10. And then it says 11. So she asked specifically about 11, but she read 10 and 11. Islam. Praise Allah.
Islam?
I'm going to move on over, Brother Chairman.
I just want to say first, I want to deal with motherhood. Because motherhood is like, you know, when you look at motherhood, you look at the earth, nature. And when you look at it, you see everything that nature does, the womb of a woman does, bring forth life. And that's a blessing. He says, 10. Before her step walk prudence, and virtue attended at her right hand. When we talk about her prudence, it's like, you know, being able to be humble in a sense, because it allows you to look at life and how you walk, how you talk, how you act. And like the sister always say about the quality and character of what a woman does. And I think the imitation, not the imitation, but when we look at different mothers bringing different things to different people, even in raising a child, she has certain things that she has that you can't take that away from her, because she gonna use her intuitive sense. See, that's one of the things. That's one thing about the woman. The woman has developed intuition long before the man developed intuition. So she's able. That's why she has a relationship with her child. She can look at her child, and she can feel something, and she can see certain action. Because I remember when you had your sons. I remember you were leading all your sons, and each of them had certain qualities. They're different, but they had their own personality. You see, each of them had their own person, so you have to deal with some of them in a different manner. You know, with prudence and caution, you open your lips, you study what is right, and you speak with discretion, and that's very important. And I think that's very important when you talk about this. She's talking about how she acts and how she moves when she walk, you know, because that's an influence because depending on how she dressed, that's important too because sometimes you know a man would look at a woman a certain way if she dressed a certain way, he wouldn't disrespect her.
That's fine.
She wouldn't do that because she carries herself a certain way, but if a person carries herself another way, oh, they're gonna shoot that level, that lower nature, that lower self. Because I watch men even in the streets looking at the sisters and the way they look at them, and it's kind of it's not right because remember like I said, like we always the AGS always say, the assistant grant she always said, that's somebody's daughter, somebody's mother, somebody's sister. And I think that's very important. And then the 11,
Yes.
your eyes speak softness and love. And that's what we're talking about, how she projects and how she sees and how she can see certain things that others can't see in a child. Because especially when a mother has a relationship with a child, there's a bond. And that bond is strong. She don't have to be sometime in the room, but she know when they come in, they know something is wrong.
Absolutely.
You ain't acting right. And I remember my mom used to tell me all the time, she know before you even do certain things. They know, they can feel it, they can see it. Because that's the vibration and the energy that she's in tune with. See, when you're in tune with the earth, you're in tune with the universe. And I think that's very important when you talk about the first step. No, it was 11?
Yes.
Her eyes speak of softness and love, but discretion, with the scepter sitting on her brows. And we know like a scepter is something that, something that is given to you. Like we talk about the enzyme we talk about.
Not given to thyself, but for the good of thy kingdom.
For the good of thy kingdom. When you talk about I think it was Matthew saying subject.
Scepters,
the scepter of power is placed in thy hand. And that's what he said for these enzymes given not for thyself, but for the good of thy kingdom.
Yes, sir.
And that's one of the things that mother, like when you look at women can communicate with women better. They always have a bond, but man, we don't have that love that we supposed to have. But women got that love that they can recognize it and they can bond, they can talk to each other. The man is so rugged, so rigid, strong that they can't even exchange that. But that's why I said that. That's why like it said next to Allah, woman is second. Because that's where the earth, that's where the womb, the brother was talking about humanity come through the woman. All of us came through that womb. And like he was talking about the womb, the nurture, and everything else. And that's very important because it allows you to look. And that bond, it connects. I mean, even though the cord is not there, the cord is there. And you can recognize other people's child.
Yeah.
When you look, you can recognize other people's child. You can see other people's child. You can know other people's child. Because the action of the vibration of the energy. So when you take it up to another level, like I said, next to Allah is a woman. So praise Allah. That's what I said, womanhood and God would. God woman. That's when I look at that. Because I know like, when they talk about in chapter 2, chosen mothers of long promised sons. So praise Allah for allowing the womb of the woman to bring prophets, messengers, sages, olden time. Because in ancient times, we used to be matriarch before now it's patriarch.
That's all. That's right.
But before, because mother is very teaching.
That's right.
Mother is the one that gives you the things that you need.
I appreciate you, my dear brother Jim.
Yes.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Much gratitude for the thought and for the communication and tying it in. And I saw Brother Jay Peterson. Brother Peterson, before I get to you, I just wanted to
Kim Walker, what Brother C. Ferguson was sharing, and in that, right? So when he said, brothers don't have the capacity, I think Brother C. Ferguson has the capacity, show him how he can be caring, generous, take the time out to consider what's going on with the sisters, with the seniors, with the young, in between, doesn't matter. And so I think that there is a capacity, but in general, we all have the potencies of Allah deep within ourselves. But what has to happen, that seed has to be deeply planted into the soil that it might grow and unfold. So that unfoldment has to happen. And the thought, as the brother was speaking, excuse me, Morris, when the sister read before, steps walk with prudence and virtue attendeth at her right hand, her eyes speaking softness and love, but discretion with the scepter sitteth on her brow. I was thinking, wisdom guides her steps, but moral goodness stays close, right? And then I thought, so before her steps walk with prudence, she has impulsivity under control. That's a challenge. And why is that a challenge? So more really quickly, just within a 1 month cycle of just this, let's just say a woman who's during the childbearing years or cyclar years, even we won't even speak to what happens after the cyclar years where it goes into the different form of the cycle, right? Men would have to age approximately 100 years within that month's time frame to experience hormonally what goes on in their body. Let me just bring that back to you one more time. So what's responsible for transmitting messages in the brain, connecting them, sometimes brain fog, headaches, this, that, the fact that women are doing what they're able to do in that time frame, science says we don't know how it's happening. All is well. Science saying we don't recognize the drastic drop in the estrogen. The testosterone might drop, but it might stay the same, so she may have these emotional responses as this particular part is happening. So there's the brain fog, there might be the temperature regulation changes, there might be the ability to care, the different feelings of oneself, the changes on how we view ourselves, mood regulation. All of these things are happening in a period of time just to prepare for life. Just to prepare for life. So everyone got here through a body that went through these particular changes. And so to be able to think before one acts takes submission and obedience to the lessons of her life. Praise Allah. Listen, Allah told you more, so don't, when you see my sisters, you better give them grace, love, consideration, kindness, understanding, and don't play with them. Leave. If you can't do right by the sister, don't play. Don't play. I don't play about my sisters. And I equally don't play about my brothers. I don't play about the children. And I don't play about the seniors. I don't play about the pets either. More, I don't play about life. Let's just put it out there. I don't play about life. Now, the thought in that, Morris, is our responsibility to one another and to mankind. Brothers, you know your brother man's not doing right and you got to wipe that home. It is your duty, or else you are aiding and abetting. And you are doing just as bad. And someone could have done the same to your mom, your sister, your daughter, your loved one. Morris, I'm just going to answer this last question, and I want to hear from the youth. Excuse me. It continues. It says, virtue attendeth at her right hand. So the right hand is generally strength, because they usually recognize it as the dominant hand. Strength, honor, action, authority, right? And now that concept, good morals, always by her side. That's her strength, her good morals. That's her right hand. But somebody says, my right hand man's. What do you think of? It'll come through at all times, no matter what. That's what's happening with those characteristics that they're talking about. It's going to come through no matter what. Now it continues. That doesn't mean to try people, though. Just because you see these qualities and these characteristics, that doesn't mean to try everyone. Tempt not thy Father God Allah, lest thou be destroyed, right? That's what he was talking about Jesus when he was talking about casting himself down from the temple pinnacle. Teaching that man the law of one, more. For as high of a higher self as you can see represented in a person, just remember, there's that duality of the lower self. I'm going to finish here more. It says, her eyes speak in soft and love, discretion with a scepter sitteth on her brow. A scepter is given to royalty. Don't get it twisted. It's on her brow.
That's what no matter how bright the light is, we can see you. Right? The concept of the scepter on the brow, recognizing the royalty, because this is also a scepter. Recognize it. Just like you recognize the royalty within you, do you recognize the king within you? Do you recognize the queen within her? Do you recognize, as he talks about master and he talks about mistress, he's not talking about mistress as if this is something on the side. This is the female version of master. The concept of softness and love is compassion and emotional gentleness, right? Without words, you can know that you felt. You'll know that it's sincere. It's written all over your face, so to speak. Comes off in your energy. Now that discretion is powerful if you think about it, right? The rulership, the authority with the scepter. It's the concept. But before that, remember, it's talked about that softness and love. So you still have this authority and this power, but the softness and the love is there. But soft doesn't mean weak. Soft does not mean weak. Soft means you know that there's that capacity to care, to give, to nurture. I'm going to ask Brother J. Peters Ill just to communicate your thought. And then I want to be able to call on, I know that we have a few of the youth on. So if any of the parents that are on, I know Sister J. Jordan, I know you were on. If you can just prepare the youth, I want to just ask them what mother means to them. After we hear from our dear brother, Brother J. Peters Ill, and this one more, just a quick heads up, we are going to run about 5 minutes past 3:30 because I want to be able to give the youth an opportunity to speak to what motherhood is. Islam, Brother J. Peters Ill, brother? Islam.
Islam,
Islam.
Just wanted to come walk with the Moses on chapter 21. I want to just point out that there's a marriage instructions, right, for man and wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's marriage instructions for man and wife from the noble prophet, right? Now, when you go through it, it's nothing but she, her, right?
Mm-hmm.
She, her. Right through the whole instruction, it's just she, her. Never does he say he, right? But his instructions for man and wife, right? So for me, that just pointed out to that when we're and through experience or whatever, it just communicated to ignorance because they instructed wise for our own improvement, right? If it's not really so much a man could physically do to show a woman that he cared or he loved her, right? It has to be within him, right? It has to be an inner showing, right? An inner knowing, an inner understanding. And then everything else will make sense to them.
Praise Allah. So if I may, so as you were communicating, what I can hear, and just to pull the thoughts together as what you were expressing, so again, the seed has to be deeply planted, as we talked about. That concept of unfolding as the bud unfolds to show the flower. Continue. There are things that can be done externally to reflect it, like we pray, to show our appreciation, obedience. Let our obedience to His laws show our love for our law. That's the concept. To give that love, to show that love, would be the obedience to the law. So within there are things you can do, right? The concept of the providing of the home, right? What does providing look like? Now, for every relationship, that would be what's within that relationship, what providing looks like. She might be like, listen, I make 6 figures. I just need to make sure that the food is good. I need to make sure that the laundry goes out. I need to make sure that the house, whatever it looks like in the home, speaks to the balance. That's all. That's all. I'm continuing. I want you to know that.
No.
So as you're speaking, because I think it's important for our brothers to note, right? There are things that sisters do and need. We need the support. We need there to be the recognition. Listen, don't wait for the garbage. Don't wait for me to ask for the garbage to go out. You about to walk out, pick it on up. Snatch it up, be like, where's the spare baggage? You You know, you realize that the doorknob is loose. Don't go, oh, you be careful when you close that because it's gonna fall off. No, maybe you say, listen, I called to quick somebody to get something done and just see because I see that look a little loose. You were saying something? I saw your hand. You did.
No, I'm adjusting my thoughts as you're speaking.
I appreciate you. I think it's important within recognition, right? And I think the same for sisters, right? A lot of times we might exchange and tell ourselves that we know what it is that, no, that's how you do it with a brother. This is how you do it with a brother. This is, no. You got, absolutely. It's an individualized thing, which is why you fix not suddenly. Do you know you? Do you recognize your qualities, your strengths, your weaknesses? Do you recognize what your table consists of? Do you have a table, proverbially speaking? And does this person have a table? Is that important? Do you have a family? Do you already have children? Do they have children? Do you have responsibilities? Do you have obligations? Because now that'll determine what's needed in that person's life.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. Do you live at home with your family? Because then it's not the same level of what you got to bring to the table. Are you in school? Are you working and going to school? Have you been hurt before? On both sides. Because it's not that one or the, have you been hurt before? Because now what does nurturing look like then? What would it look like to share and give love then? The same with the child. Child needs discipline. When you discipline that child, every child doesn't need the same kind of discipline. Some will be like, yeah, Harry will beat me. I'm going outside after this. And I'll be back when the lights are on. And then the other one, it's like, you're not going outside for the rest of the week. What? One, you might take the phone. I'm not sitting here encouraging physical discipline personally because I feel as though you can communicate to children. You have to recognize what's going on. Anger is not necessarily the best way to reflect and communicate a message. So if I'm telling them that I need them to understand something and I'm hitting them because I can't get them to understand or I'm not able to explain it better, then that's the wrong message that I'm giving. That's my view on it. But again, just like I can't tell a person what another person wants in their relationship, I am not going to sit and tell anyone what to do with their child. Just don't bring them to the points of actual physical harm or any kind of things like that, especially while I'm present or for me to know about, because I definitely will have a stance firm and immediate. Just put that out there for the Muslims. I'm gonna call on Sister J. Jordan Neal, and then I got you, Brother Penelope Martin. Don't forget your thought, dear brother. Hold the thought. Islam, Sister J. Jordan Neal.
Islam,
dear sister, I wanted to ask if the youth were present, if the three Jordan Hill youth are present, and if they would be able to just, it can be quick. I'm not asking for anything major. I don't want to, burden the youth. Praise Allah. If they could just share what they would think of when they hear motherhood or mother. What do they think of when they hear mother?
sure. Praise Allah. Michaela next to me. Sister M. Jordan Hill is next to me. Go ahead. The praise Allah is already given in unison.
Islam, praise and honor is already given. What comes to mind when I hear the word mother is my own mom, and kindness and respect and the things that
if you said your mom, you thought of your mom, and then you said you thought of kindness and respect.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful qualities to associate with motherhood and to associate with your mother. So I appreciate you so much for sharing that and for letting us know what kind of mom you are experiencing. Much honest to you both, and honest to you as well, Sister Jordan.
Praise Allah. I have Brother J. Jordan, Brother James Jordan, and I have Brother B. Jordan also. So which one wants to come up? You speak loud, they can hear you. That's Brother B. Jordan. Go ahead.
Islam, praise to Allah, honor to the Prophet. When I think of motherhood, I think of having having to shape your child to be responsible, and contributing member to society.
Ooh, ooh, that was heavy, Moors. I don't know if the Moors hurt. Did y'all hear that? For the monsters in the back, did y'all hear that? The shaping, the preparation pretty much for society. The work that the mother has to do. He thought about the load. Praise Allah, praise Allah, praise Allah. Much honors just within that thought, and the sharing of that thought already speaks volumes to the message and to the lessons that you're getting at home. So honest to you for speaking so beautifully of your experience of motherhood. And once again, honest to you, Sister J. Jordan Ill. Islam, we got another young Muslim?
Yes, I have brother Jay Jordan Ill. He can speak loud, so they can hear you. Speak loud. Islam. Islam.
Islam, brother J. Jordan Ill, we can hear you. What do you think of your mother?
When I think of motherhood, I think of taking care of your children so they can become responsible adults.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah. This sounds amazing. You see, more the concept of being nurtured, cared for, but knowing that they have work to do because the job is to be responsible. So knowing that they have a purpose in their exchange within that relationship. So being able to resound that with mom there and say it without skipping a beat. Well, I think it's, and each in their own words. So honest to you there, brother, for communicating that thought. And honest to you again, Sister J. Jordan Ill. I have a hand from our Sunday school instructor, Brother El Serrano Bay. So I'm going to give Brother El Serrano Bay the floor. Islam, dear brother?
You said your brother, not your sister.
Oh, I didn't realize that was you, Islam, dear sister. Is that my love, Sister M. Serrano Bay? Is that you? I can't hear you. Islam? Oh, I think your reception might be choppy.
Huh?
Islam.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, you sound a little annoyed. Were you stopped in the middle of what you were doing? Were you doing something?
Yes, I was.
Oh, you see how I knew that voice? I knew that voice. That voice doesn't mean that you don't want to wish us a happy Mother's Day, but it means that you just didn't want to stop what you were doing. So it takes a lot sometimes to stop having fun, to come over and share kind words and give love, but I appreciate you doing that. And so much gratitude to you and honors to your dad for making sure that you came over and gave honors, because that's important. So I appreciate you both.
Islam, I love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you too, baby. I know how that is. You see, the way, even the way that everybody look is the way we gonna feel. You see, when you hear those things, you don't even praise Allah. The Lord know. Islam. Sister Dupree, I'm gonna call on you. I'm gonna call on Brother Penelope. I know he had his hand up and he yielded for us for a little while. Islam. It's praise Allah. I know that's right. You see what I'm saying? Praise Allah, dear brother, for the willingness and resounding of the message and the appreciation in the spirit of mothers. Islam, Sister Dupree, he gave you the floor. He said he could yield again. Yes, he did. Yes.
All right. So I just wanted to say thank you to this temple. And I came here on Mother's Day because this temple gave me the opportunity to be a mother and raise my nephews in this temple and show them who Allah is and show them about love and how to pray. So I came here today and I came bearing gifts, a bean pie. Yes, I came with a bean pie from the mosque. And I wanted to come here today and just give so much thanks and praises for you guys being there for me when I needed a family, when I needed help, when I needed God, when I needed Allah. Y'all gave me what I needed, y'all. And I left in shame. I wanted to come here and discuss that. I left here in shame because I felt like I wasn't able to carry what Allah wanted me to carry. And it's been on me for a long time, right? It's been on me for a long time.
I know I'm coming on over because I know that voice.
I needed to come here and thank you guys.
Because I already know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate
That's right, sis.
Yeah.
It's my stuff, right? It's my stuff because we are our worst critics, right?
Yes, we are.
It's my stuff. So, I wasn't able to carry the torch or continue to carry the torch because, one thing Prophet Ali said is that you can't save yourself, you can't save nobody. And I was drowning. And I was dying inside, but nobody knew because I could dress it up. I could make it look neat and modest. I could make it look clean. But nobody knew that inside I was tearing apart. And so I said to Allah, I don't think I could do this anymore. And the same day I said that, Allah took them kids. That very same day. And I lived with that guilt of saying to him that I can't carry it anymore. I lived with the guilt and I lived with the shame because I felt like I did not complete the job that he gave me. So I retracted from everyone. I isolated myself. I went through a lot of transformation, a lot of transitioning in myself. And today I came here today to say thank you, and I never forgot. And they have come back to me. I just met up with them again last year. I'm working on integrating them back into, over here in the mosque to say hi to you guys, at least to say hello so you can see how much they've grown. And you can see the seeds that I planted in them.
That's right.
Because I haven't birthed any children, but I have seeded them. I have raised them. I have loved them unconditionally. Okay, so Mother's Day have a different meaning for me.
Praise Allah.
I don't have a great relationship with my mother, but I am grateful for her to give me life. I am grateful for Allah putting all the mothers in my life to help raise me. And I really wanted to share that with y'all today. I really wanted to just say thank you so much for accepting me and just being a beacon of hope and light when I needed that in my life. So, Islam.
Islam. Praise Allah. Oh, and praise Allah. Oh, one more time. Praise Allah. The concept of courage enough for truth. And I'm gonna just really quickly, and only because you're saying it. So there was a point in my life at the age of 12, I went into the group home system, right? Nobody really does fostering of children after a certain age to the same degree, unless usually something isn't exactly the best environment for them.
Right.
They generally don't do that. And I want you to know, and I, initially didn't have the best relationship either. Didn't say that they cared. It's not, anyway, they cared. But to not make this as if this is just a pacification statement. I want you to know that if I didn't go through the system in the way that I did at the time that I did, I wouldn't have had the appreciation that I do now. And I know for my mom, it also made her feel away. I know for my family, it made them feel away. And especially with being professionals, backgrounds, family doctorates in psychology and people who had certain things that they felt, how could we fail, right? How could I not? Oh my goodness. And now the dirty laundry's outside. That's how and I know they felt that way, but I want you to know that within these systems, even though what we deal with within the children or whatever, something that I recognized and that I appreciated was that I was dealing with the same youthful challenges and problems and situations, fighting, battling, all kinds of craziness. You got thieves, you got all kinds of everything you could think of that we were surrounded around. But the thing that I didn't value that I value now is that every one of the staff have to have a degree in some level of psychology. So when the time comes to have to discuss challenges, we're getting a form of support and assistance and communication and ways of thinking that will further foster what our parents already were trying to teach us, but now from a technical standpoint. We're all being immersed in an environment surrounded by people who have the degree for childhood development. So they have the foundational portion which was given, which is needed. And we're gonna be able to see the difference in love versus duty. And so within that experience, that love, you're gonna always come back for it because it doesn't hit the same.
Right.
then you'll recognize what it really means to be, for someone to do you grimy from what was outside versus what was at home. And then you start to realize, you're like, man, I was wilding. I mean, I was 360. And you know, you want to do a 180. You do 360 and we go right back to the same point each time. Right back to the same point. But the lessons that you pass through, I just want you to know when it's too much. Most people fail and wait too late, destroy themselves and the family. It takes strength to say, whew, I can't. I did it for a summer with 3, a summer, and I thought I could pass for certain things. It started a lot, and I love my brother. I love my nieces. I love my nephews. But when you understand, so don't judge this, don't judge it. Give yourself grace. The world's gonna beat us up enough. Sister Jordan has reminded me of that. Sister Bass Day has given that reminder. Sister E. Jones Day has given that reminder. We got to give ourselves grace. You have to. And you said, and so when I think about the higher self, you know, what does the higher self breed? What does it breed? Oh, all right. So we talk about breeders and the concept of giving birth to things. Yes, we do. Everyone does. What does the higher self reflect? It's the mother of virtues and the harmonies of life.
That's right.
So all the things that you pour in, it's not in flesh to think, it's not in bones to reason. That's what the prophet teaches. There's something else added onto thy clay, something that informs thy clay, higher than all the objects of thy senses.
That's right.
So no, when you say that, don't you dare talk about my sister like that ever again. Not never, not ever, because that's a blessing and that's a reminder. And you just put something in those young men, because they're going to be men. You gave them a reason to potentially love women again. You gave them the potential to consider and care. When they see someone that partially even resembles you, she's going to get respect just off the strength. Recognize all that you do. Recognize your worth. Recognize your value. And that's for all my sisters. Don't y'all dare. So let me hear y'all talking about my sister not being a good mother when I know what my sisters are. Because you deserve to know who you are now. And I appreciate the bean pie. You know, I know that was real Muslim of you there, sister. That was real Muslim. You know, we all can do a little good bean pie. Praise Allah. I want to thank my dear sister for her communication, but her sincerity, her transparency, because that's vulnerability. We were just talking about it when Brother W. Brockenberry Bay spoke, and he spoke about his crying, the crying, when he saw all of these the symbols of what mothers look like, the imagery connected to that child, these things that's connected. Vulnerability in the heart. That's exactly what you spoke to, the heartstrings. How it pulled on your heartstrings. How it pulled on what I'm supposed to. You did what you're supposed to do. You really did. And the mother's work is never done. Don't worry. Just like you said, I'm preparing now. But give yourself grace. Also give yourself the chance to decompress.
Yeah.
Always afford that to you. Because again, like I was saying, our bodies and the way that we're developed, our hormones are constantly like this. Constantly. Because we think in a certain way. Emotionally, we're connected by heart. Less impulsive in our actions because our body's not designed naturally for physicality. So we don't have the ability to be impulsive. Men are impulsive because their body's designed to be able to handle what comes with the impulse. That's the only difference. And we need impulsivity. Something's jumping across the room. Like it's just like we're living somewhere and something flying across. I appreciate the impulsivity of the brothers. We just don't want it when it comes to anger and frustration. When it comes to saving and helping and catching something that was about to fall from off the table, we appreciate it. And I appreciate the same thing in my sisters. I appreciate the fluctuations in the mood because it allows me to know that you feel. It allows me to know that you think. It allows me to know that you have to view and value things from different perspectives. As you feel differently, you will also think differently, which will allow you to relate differently. Always give the chance to say something positive to that woman within yourself. Now, how does that sound, right? The part of the mother that's within you. because the qualities in which you are now manifesting and displaying, fraction of that came from your mother, the first teacher. The ability to express certain parts of you still came through the DNA, still passed along. And even if you didn't get those reflections of your parent within that time, know because it's manifested in you that you had to have it through the line. And if you say nothing else, give gratitude for where you are capable of being and who you are capable of being and what you're capable of doing. A lot of the times, those of us that go through trials and tribulations are often able to better assist those along the way. Show empathy, show love, show consideration. Brother Penelope, I'm going to give you the last word before I check in with the Sunday school instructors. You have the last word, and then I'll check in with the Sunday school instructors.
Yes, first, I want to rise and give praise to Allah and honors to Prophet Noble Ali. I also want to give honors to my dear sister here for her testimony. When we read the marriage instructions for man and wife, and it made me think about just like when you were talking about in order to submit, the man has to be walking in a righteous path. And it made me think about in chapter 10, Jesus spake on the unity of Allah and the man to the Hindus, and he talks about a man's ideal is his God. Oh, huh?
Page and instruction?
Oh, it's on 16, page 16. Instruction 16, divine instruction 16. A man's ideal is his God, and so as man unfolds, his God unfolds. Man's God today, tomorrow is not God. And the divine instruction 15, all men see not the triune of Allah. One sees him as Allah of might, another as Allah of thought, and another as Allah of love. And then when I think about marriage as a covenant, and like when both are walking in a righteous path, it's kind of like that. Like they made those are their ideals shown. Like they're choosing Allah in love, and their way of worship is through the service to each other and through Allah. And that's kind of just thoughts that were just firing off.
Praise Allah, praise Allah, praise Allah. Now, it's no happiness, brother. You did 16:16. You said page 16, instruction 16. We have a circle 7 on the front of the Quran. 1 is 6 and 7, 1 is 6 and 7. You gave me double 7. You know, I appreciate. I always appreciate to see the science communicating, and it was tied into unity, and it was tied back into you connecting back to that one message because we all have one mother. So when you said unity, I value that. And then when you talk to the all and how we see him and how we reflect, this goes right back to the same way that we do with our parents. Allah is the father of the universe. So the same way we see our earthly parents differently, different emotions, different interactions, different relationships, different time frames, the same way with Allah. So I value your communication, and I value your consideration in yielding and holding the floor, but also your recognition to my sister, to our sister, within her communication. Islam, I'm gonna just ask my Sunday school instructors much gratitude and praise Allah. Islam Sunday school instructors, are there any final thoughts before we close out with the warning? Islam, this is the Sunday school instructor.
I will yield for Brother Solano Bay. Praise Allah.
Islam, praise Allah. You said for Brother El Serrano Bay?
Yes.
Much gratitude. Let me click on over. I'm not able to see the hands or the faces. Islam, Brother Sunday school instructor. Islam, Brother El Serrano Bay. Any final thoughts and words for the Moors? I know I did let the Moors know you weren't feeling too well and that you extended the Islams to the Muslims.
Islam.
Islam.
I rise and I give all praise to the great God Allah, the Father of the universe. I give honors to the last prophet in these days and time and founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Prophet Noble Ali. The only thing that I would say, Moors, is just keep the prophet out front, Moors. Keep the prophet on your mind. Keep the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice at all times on your mind. You know, as the Moors will say, you know, it's for our earthly and our divine salvation. You know, we do our best, Moors. And praise Allah. I want to thank you all for doing your best. I want to wish all of our sisters, um, our mothers, a happy Mother's Day. Um, truly, truly appreciate it. Um, I don't know where this More Science Temple of America would be without the sacrifices that the moms make from during the time of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali all the way up until now. Um, I wish there was a lot more that you know, brothers could and would be willing to do to assist our sisters um, in not just having a deeper appreciation for womanhood. Because it's one thing to have appreciation, but to show appreciation, I think, is another thing. But we are working. Our brothers are working. I do want to cut our brothers some slack. You know, brothers are doing their best as well. But just happy Mother's Day to the sisters. Peace.
Peace. We're not cutting the brothers no slack, more. We're not cutting the brothers no slack. The prophet said, when the fire comes, you're going to be the water. So we're going to give the fire so that y'all, you know, you can meet the prophet. I'm just, you know, anyway. The thought is, I appreciate you. I appreciate the communication, and I understood what you were saying. You were resounding that thought on the appreciation for womanhood, the recognition of womanhood, but also reminding each of us to give ourselves grace. So we may fall short. But as long as you're striving for that purpose, don't just keep falling short and be like, yeah, that's where I'm at. No, but as long as you're continuing to strive and you're actively and consciously taking accountability within yourself and working to be better. And so I appreciate that thought. And yes, Moors, don't beat yourselves up. The prophet told us don't burden his Moors. That includes burdening yourselves, Muslims. Praise Allah. At this time, I'm going to ask if the muftis can rise, stand by the doors. We're going to pull the doors shut. I'm going to be reading the warning. Islam, January 15th, 1929. Prophet warns all Muslims, governors order to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, and freedom. And when these principles are violated, justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card, button, cease wearing their turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sins by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Peace.
Peace.
That's how much you can be sick at, and then you can crack the door back open. Praise Allah. I'm going to yield the floor over to the chairman, and he's going to handle it from there. Islam.
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 Islam. I'd like to thank the Grand Chief for conducting the class. I'd like to thank everyone for their participation in the class. I'd like to thank you for reading the warning. At this time, I'd like to call on our Secretary, Mr. J. Jordan Hill, and she may do the announcement. And then we're going to take some some other questions during the, no questions, but yeah, during the secretary time. Islam, Sister J. Jordan.
Islam.
Islam.
Oops, sorry, my apologies, sis. I put in the wrong screen. We can hear you.
Praise Allah. I'm gonna toggle over to the screen. All right. Praise Allah, Moors. Praise Allah is already given. The announcements that I have are as follows. Just remind the Moors, if you'd like to pay your dues or donations, you can do so with Cash App. It's $ MSCA 34. If your handle is not readily identifiable, please put your name into the note section. If you're sending in a donation for anything other than dues or assessments, please be mindful to note that into the note section. Additionally, if you are paying dues, not just for yourself, you can note that it's dues, but also for someone else. You could also make a note there. That way we can know where to send it appropriately. If you have any questions about your dues, don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to me directly, and you can just send an email to the temple email. I have access to that. It's moresciencetempleno.34@gmail.com. moresciencetempleno.34@gmail.com. Just gonna switch it there. Just want to remind the Moors that we have our national conference call. It's our Q&A. If you have questions, we have answers. You can call the number, the dial-in number. It is not on Zoom. If you dial in and you have any problem either with the code or getting access, please reach out to any one of the sheiks. Just to remind you, we're also on Facebook and we have our Facebook group chat. Several of us are monitoring the group chat. And so if you have a problem or an issue, don't hesitate to reach out to us there and we will do our best to get you onto the call. Additionally, if you have questions and you're not comfortable with posing the questions, you just want to maybe listen in or have the questions addressed, you can send it to our email or just, dial in and listen in and one of the sheiks can pose the question so you can hear the response. You can hear the response from the Muslims across the nation as well. So it's a beautiful call hosted every Thursday. It is from 7:30 to about an hour, about 8:30. So we ask that you call on time at 7:30 because we like to be sure to close out on time too. A reminder that there is prayer in the morning. We understand that we all need a pattern for our lives. And so if you would like to start your day with prayer, you can join the prayer line. It's at 6 a.m. It's hosted by Temple Number 75 and Brother L. Thompson Bay. And the Moors across the nation hop on in the morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for prayer and Quran reading. If you would like to volunteer to read from the Quran, you want to make sure that you log on early. Additionally, they have a prayer list, several names on the list. If you would like prayer or to be placed on the prayer list, please let any one of us know and we'll be sure to have you placed on the list so that the Moors can send prayers out for you. We have oftentimes we're on there and I do send a reminder out to the Moors as well as the sheiks to participate. So if you have any questions, this is on Zoom, unlike our Q&A. So you just log on in the morning. It happens very quickly and it goes for maybe 30 minutes, a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less sometimes. So the best thing to do is to log on as soon as it starts. We have the Brothers Retreat coming up. It's the 2026 Brothers Retreat. And there will be two presentations, I believe. There'll be a presentation, as you can see, by Brother J. Lattimore Bay, who's the Grand Governor for, I believe, Pennsylvania. And then we have a demonstration by Brother T and Sister L. Berry Bay. It's June 6th at 10 a.m. It is just one day. And it's $45. If you're interested in attending, please reach out to Brother Jay Cavanis Bay. His information is at the bottom of the screen. And again, this information is shared on our Facebook group chat. If you have any questions, please let any one of the sheiks know, and they can also get you the information separately or reach out to our email and we'll get it to you that way. There is a camp out coming up. If you want to join us for it's an annual camp out held on Moorish National Home Number 1 from July 3rd to July 5th. And if you don't have any plans this summer for camping out or fun things to do, this is a great opportunity to do this with the Moors. If you do not want to camp outside, you never camped out and would prefer something a little bit more concealed, you can, you're feel free to use an RV. However, there's limited space, so you need to register early. There are hotels in the area. If you would like to stay at a hotel, that's also fine. Just want to make sure that everyone's accounted for, and we make sure that your security is first. So if you're interested in attending, please register so that they can make the appropriate accommodations. We have our civics class coming up again. It's every 2 weeks. It will be featured, I think, May 20th from 6 to 7. It is hosted by our brother, Kay Turner Bay. So we look forward to hearing from the Moors. He hosted it previously May 6th, and it was a wonderful class. Moors, we hope that you guys can get on time so that we can keep to the time constraint. However, the discussion was wonderful, and we do appreciate and give honors to Brother Kay Turner Bay for hosting this class. I think those are all the announcements I have for today. I want to wish all of the mothers, and if you can extend as well to your mothers and all of the mothers that you come across, a happy Mother's Day today. So wishing you all the best today and every day. We know that we celebrate and we have a deeper appreciation for womanhood. And so with that, I have all of my children surrounding me today, and it's been quite the challenge keeping everyone peaceful. But praise Allah, Moors, peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Praise Allah.
Thank you, Sister J. Jordan, Secretary of the Divine Minister. Thank you for the announcement. And thank you for your participation as, an example, to be an example to the nation, to the people, to the sisters, to us. Thank you. Mr. Dupree,
No, I don't have anything to say. Islam. Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. But you remember, you stained it here. I built this, and you put the stain.
I did stain?
Yeah, you put the stain on. Yeah.
I could do a little resin now. We can put a little resin on there, make it shiny.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I love
Yeah, I know.
anything with my hands.
You came in there.
I could do the floor, paint the walls, anything I want. I got it.
Oh, you said you know about the carpenters by the name of Joseph? Yes. From Army on Way? It's inside. Praise Allah. I appreciate that.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. Any last announcements, any final communications? I know Brother J. Coleman, I know your sound had dropped out. I wasn't sure if you wanted to honor us with chapter number 25 as you do, dear brother.
Praise and honors already given.
Praise Allah.
Happy Mother's Day to the mothers once again. Praise Allah. Ye are the children of one father, provided for by his kid, and the breath of one mother have given you son. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with our brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relations that bonded you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother's in adversity, assist him. If thy sister's in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father be continued. So shall the fortunes of thy father be contribute to the support of his whole race, and his cares be continued to your love to each other. Peace.
Thank you, Brother J. Coleman. Thank you. Praise Allah, man. We like to say thank the Moors. And we like to say every day Mother's Day. But your work is never done. Multitask, things that you'll do. You know, you got to be a deep. That's what I'm talking about. Have a deep appreciation for womanhood, and to say, and the sisters are the right hand of the father. So praise Allah. Praise Allah for example. Praise Allah for being those teachers, those helpers along the way. Praise Allah. Anything else?
Islam, and just to give honors to when I think about the mother, something that I thought about was our mother temple in Brooklyn, New York, our mother temple in New York, which would be temple number 21, located at 349 Bainbridge Street, which was also started by a sister. And, you know, just that remnants and the reminder that, you know, when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said the sisters are the right hand to the Prophet. And just in the concept of what we were known to communicate within our exchange with the Prophet, which was nurturing, preparation, preparedness, the concept of being ready when the home was open, that there's going to be food, there's going to be, you know, a place for one to clean themselves. The concept of being able to be relied upon, because we were known to hold those particular characteristics and those particular values of life and being able to take care of yourself to a higher degree. I also just want to once again just give honors to all of my dear sisters, and you know, just to say that each of you in one way or another have provided so much into what it is that I am now being a mom, right? Each of you have also given me a deeper appreciation on what it is to have been an ungrateful child. As I watch how you all care and the things that you do for your children, for your loved ones. And then, just to put a little bit extra, just when I think that I should have a struggle and I see the sisters come and still find time to do their eyebrows, their lips not chapped, they got the little, I'm just saying, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm like, all I have in my bag right now is cocoa butter. Where am I feeling? You know, and so I just want to give you all honors, because it takes that extra, a little bit of extra time and effort and preparedness to remember to pour into yourself. And you look so beautiful there, Sister Dupree Bay. When my sisters get up and they get ready, y'all come out and y'all look gorgeous. So I just want you all to know that I truly love you very much, and I value what you symbolize, what you represent, and I recognize that we all have a shared unity in that concept of motherhood, and that concept of nurturing, and that concept of having a heart to care for those that are in our circumference, but also the capacity to care for those beyond our immediate circumference. And so may Allah be pleased. May we be able to continue to do that work with the support of the divine male counterpart, with our brothers in tow. Because as the Prophet showed on the front of that imagery that's on the front of the Koran question was, your strength is called upon. You're swimming in the waters of life. We need y'all to swim through, even though you might be out of breath, even though you might have more heavy clothes and the water is dragging you down. We still need that help to lift up back here the world. So praise Allah and honors to you all for the work that you're doing. Don't forget to do something kind for your loved ones today, but always do something kind for yourselves. Plan downtime. If you have a busy schedule, plan it. Don't allow burnout to come. Sun is here, summertime is here. Vitamin D deficiency is very much known to incite depression, to invite depression. Go outside, get some sun, as I've been reminded of by my dear sister chairman of Sisters Auxiliary, Sister Jordanelle as well. Did you get some sun today, sister? I know you're inside, I know you're doing this, but did you get some sun? Remember to take care of yourselves. We are light beings. We need the sun. Mm-hmm. You need it. Boil your drinking water. There's a lot of microplastics and everything that's messing us up. They said we got enough microplastics in our brain to create a spoon. According to science, it's not according to Sister Cecile Zill. So you feel free to look those things up and share them when you do find it, because it's very much there. Take care of yourselves more. Make sure you try to get a 90-day food supply. Use the weekends to do so, or your day off to find a food pantry. If you can't do it yourself, go down and get a pantry. Get those dry goods. Look for the things that say best buy date as opposed to expired by. Yeah. Take the time to pour into yourselves. Thank you so much, Brother Assistant Chairman. I want to also give honor to our Brother I. Smithfield. Once again, I know that he's traveling to spend time with his mother and his family and those women in his life that help to contribute to make him as reliable, responsible, considerate, but dear brother as we have. I want to just give honors to my mother who transitioned. I want to give honors to, I know Brother K. Turnerbaby, whose mother transitioned. This is the process. This will be 3 years in December, Morris. Let's give honors to all of the mothers throughout the universe, the first mother. And with that, I'll say peace.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. I thank everyone for the contributions physically, spiritually, and financially. I pray Allah continue to guide us. I pray Allah continue to protect us. I pray Allah continue to shield us against all negative force seen and unseen. And remind the most, don't forget your ugly prayer. Put the thought out there for evil word, because thought doesn't cause it all. You know, the potential, the potency that you have within yourself, the extent of you to the universe. You know, individually, collectively, and it's a blessing. So praise Allah that we can be in the same vibration. But there's always a few that take every minute. There's always a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot. The little wheel, pull the big wheel. I mean, go faster and keep it going. So you remember that.
That's right. Praise Allah.
All right. Face the east. Oh, I'm going. We're looking at the time.
Moving at the speed of light. That's all right. You know they say more. We just talked about the light.
We're moving a little quickly. We in a step here. At this time, I call on our Grand Sheikah, that she reads today's financial report.
Islam, praise Allah, honor to our prophet. Morris Science Temple of America, Prophet Noble Drew Ali and founder. Temple number 34, Sunday School, 237-239 Hancock Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11216. Today's date is May 10th, 2026. Finance received. We took up a collection in Temple of Four Sisters Auxiliary of $5. We have attendance, five in person, 12 on Zoom, totaling 17. Grand total collected in person, not reflecting what was presented by electronic receipt, is $5. Peace.
Islam, you heard the reading of the financial report. What's the will and pleasure of the Lord? Brother J.P. is there?
Islam. I move that the financial report be accepted within necessary corrections if needed.
Can I get a second? Brother P. Watt
I second.
Was moved by Brother J. Peterson and second by Brother P. Martin, that the financial report be accepted with the necessary correction that they be. You heard the motion, are you ready for the question?
Question.
All in favor of this motion, show by the vote favorable. Praise Allah. Oh, you follow it?
That's
What's
right.
down there? Praise Allah. I'd like to say that the motion has been carried.
Carried.
Praise Allah. Thank you, my sister. Yeah. Thank everyone for the contribution, physically, spiritually, financially. Pray Allah that we get home safe. Pray Allah that, you know, that be attentive. Just keep those forces, those prayers, put those angels and edges in the highway as you go and be traveling, you know, for protection. Because I'm telling you, we deal with a mad human drama. Bad human drama. And like I said, you know, don't beat yourself up. And everything that we learn is a lesson that we can help another along the way. Somebody might be going through the same thing, you might be able to identify that illness, and you might be able to help them.
That's
at
right.
that particular time. All right. Face the east. Keep it at 90 degrees, 5 fingers on the left, 2 on the right. Keep the more American prayer after our grand teachers. It's a CCO.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
The Father of love.
Truth.
True.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my
Protector.
My guide. And my salvation.
My salvation.
By night. and by day.
and by
And by
day.
day.
Through his holy prophet,
Through his
Holy
holy
prophet.
Drew Ali.
Drew Ali.
Amen.
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 Praise Allah.
Praise Allah.
Peace and love, family.
Peace and love. Peace and love, baby Bella.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Oh, there we go. Peace and love, sister M. Jordan L, brother B. Jordan L, brother J. Jordan L, sister M. Serrano Bay, baby Coleman U, sister Selena Bay. Oh, let me see. Baby Jones Bay, young sister King Bay, young brother X King Bay, and sister A Jones Bay. Praise Allah, boys.
I just wanted to come and see y'all, just to let y'all know that y'all have never left my space. I might not do as much studying as I've done or did, but
Is brother Sereno Bay, are you still on?